Welcome back to the Goodfellas Podcast, the podcast where two mates talk nonsense for your entertainment. I'm Shaun.
And I'm Clarke.
How are you?
Good, dog. How are you?
I'm good. Another week.
Another podcast.
It is great.
We're here.
And another beer to try.
Oh, just brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Like Sundays now, like when we go to record it, I'm just like, yes, what's he going to get this time?
I know. What a beautiful day it's been today as well.
Oh, the weather for the last week now. Getting there, and this next week, going into my birthday as well, it's even hotter.
It's going to be great.
20 degrees next week.
And you can probably see a little bit behind me, obviously the clock's gone forward in UK time,
Yeah,
and we've got light behind us now. So it's been dark when we've done this.
I've been moving equipment back and forth in the dark. It's been lovely, hasn't it?
It's been lovely.
Clock's gone forward.
It has been good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what I want to talk about today. And I think it's going to be right up your alley.
Oh, yeah.
But first, as always, I must present you with today's beer. So we've gone international again.
Yeah.
We've gone away from Germany.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've had this before, and I don't know if you have. If you have, you can let me know.
Well,
but
either way, we're going to judge it on the day.
either way, the bottle's pretty damn cool as well. Okay. So I present to you. This is named after Man United's history as well.
Oh.
It is the Lucky Bear.
You motherfucker.
So this is the Lucky Bear from China. So
I've seen it, never had it.
So as you can see, there's like you might not be a sip for, there's like an
It's
embossed
just like,
Buddha.
Yeah, like me, but without a beard on the bottle.
Yeah.
Whoa. Brilliant bottle.
Hopefully,
I've
it
seen
tastes
this.
good. There you go.
Thank you, dog.
Got to do the pour off again.
Yeah, the pour off. Wow. Let's dance. Right, I messed up last week's.
Yeah, I didn't do too great either, but it is pouring quite nice. Another golden looking crisp beer.
Yeah, real gold.
I've got a pretty good head on that one.
Yeah, and that's an acceptable edge for me. Especially after since
Bottles there.
going to like
Want a flake with that?
since going to cheers, dog.
Cheers, first sip.
Very nice.
That's good. That's smooth.
Very
Yeah,
smooth.
that is smooth.
Very smooth, very crisp, very yeast, hops, barley, flour, eggs.
It's not as strong flavours like a German beer. It's a bit lighter, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels a bit lighter and fresher on that.
Yeah, what
so
is it? It is 4.8 though.
yeah, it's very nice though.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to review that then.
Yeah, Lucky Buddha Enlightened Beer. So this could well be a philosophical podcast now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
So
Very nice.
that's our beer for this episode. So I want to take you down on memory lane. Okay.
Crikey.
Heads up for the listeners and watchers of this one. Take you back to the mid-90s. Okay. So today's episode, I want to talk about gaming.
Oh,
Our rich history of it,
yes.
where it came from.
Yeah.
We're going to go through loads of things. I've got a
Loads
quiz
of things.
again,
Okay.
which I think you'll probably enjoy. And also, it's kind of a mixed quiz. So
Okay.
right and wrong answers, but also maybe a bit like what we did with football.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this, or who do you think this and that stuff?
Brilliant. Lovely. I know there is definitely a few avid gamers who listen to the podcast as well.
So hope this will be up your alley.
And if not, tough shit this week.
Watch the next
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
Well, it's anyway, it's good. So yeah, I suppose firstly, discussion on our iconic childhood game. So for me, I remember, I can't remember, it was probably 96, 97. I remember Christmas time, mum and dad presenting to me my main present on Christmas Day, and it was the original Game Boy.
No, I know.
It's a brick now. I remember opening it. I remember unpacking Tetris and thinking, what's this?
Yeah.
I remember the other game I had with it was like an Adams Family game.
Yeah.
It was almost like a jump scroll kind of game.
Yeah, like Mario. Yeah,
Yeah, a bit like that. It was pretty cool. But I remember I played hours in the Tetris. The old do 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 tune going. That was just like iconic.
So was that your first console?
My first own one. I think we had like a hand-me-down Sega Mega Drive or something.
Yeah, because you were Mega Drive and N64.
Yeah.
I was NES.
And SNES.
Oh yeah.
We did have a SNES. I didn't have a NES. I had a SNES.
I had a NES, SNES, and I went to PlayStation straight away, didn't I?
Yeah.
You were in 64.
Yes, N64, and then I went into PS2.
PS2, did you?
Yeah, and then I never had a big Xbox or anything like that.
No.
I went into Xbox later on, like
I'm
rolling
sure
out and
we'll
stuff.
go into
Yeah.
Because I was PlayStation for years until we'll go into that later.
But I remember that. I remember opening it up and thinking, "What's this?" And it's kind of like, I suppose, really, like you said, we've said it before. It's probably a big part, is a massive part of our kind of lives. It always has been. Gaming we're big gamers, big culture like for it, and
yeah,
I absolutely love it.
no, we do love it. It's probably our biggest passion.
Yeah,
It probably is our biggest passion, biggest hobby, biggest outlet as well, because as we've said on a couple already, it's me, you, and there's other lads like McGee, Soul,
Clarke.
Clarke.
yeah,
It's just been in the past, Shawnee, Ninja,
yeah. We've had a few.
loads of people, like, and we're like best mates. We are.
Yeah.
Like we said, we went to see Soul last year, and if McGee and Soul lived here with us, we'd be seeing them. Well, we'd be doing this podcast as a four, wouldn't we?
Well, yeah, we would have. It would be
But
be
that's
great.
how close we are.
So I suppose like go into a few things and stuff now, but kind of childhood games and stuff now we can talk about them. So Halo.
Oh my god, that's not childhood, that's teens, but
Yep.
it was very rich history in my gaming career. Halo, specifically Halo 2, is how I met McGee,
Yes.
our friend.
Yep.
But it was funny because, like I said, I was always at PlayStation for a long, long time, and then a bit of PC. I have to talk about Age of Empires as well.
Yeah, we'll do. Yep.
Halo, my friend Ash, shout out to you, Ash. If it weren't for him,
You wouldn't have got into it, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
never would have got into it.
Fair play.
He had an Xbox, and he was like, oh, I got this Halo game, and the campaign's really, really solid. It's hard to do. And we went around, played on it, and that was it. I was like, I have to get an Xbox.
Yeah.
Got an Xbox, the original, like, massive, wasn't it? Xbox was a massive console. Got Halo 2, a big controller. Still, today, I think the best ever controller. It fit like...
It was, yeah. I do agree with that.
Got Halo 2, played campaign with Ash. I remember he came around for a weekend, and we played it literally from like Thursday until Sunday. Completed it on one of the
I
hardest.
used to love that, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll never forget, like, I was there. I took to it quite quickly. FPSs, because I didn't play a lot of them. You played it more than me because of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark.
Underrated game. We can talk about that at some point.
GoldenEye is not underrated.
No, but
It's
Perfect
well
Dark,
rated.
I think,
Perfect
was...
Dark, yeah.
Yeah.
And I played a little bit Time Splitters.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
But not quite on the level that you guys had. So I was playing it. I just had a knack for it. And then my friend Ash, who showed me, he was like, God, you're really good at this. So he became the Warthog driver.
Yeah.
A lot of missions, you could drive a Warthog, which is a 4x4 with a gun mounted on the back. And I would get it. Me, you just drive around for hours. And the Halo music is...
Yeah, it's so great.
And we'd just be like, yeah, come on, like that. My dad would be like, lads, keep it down. And we'd be like, ah!
When you're into it, aren't you? Yeah, especially younger, yeah.
And
do that now still.
Yeah, do that. Like 36.
Yeah.
Halo 2, the greatest game ever, in my opinion. It had everything. The campaign, the first-person shooter, and multiplayer was the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
Rankings and that. That's where I met McGee and actually competed semi-professionally. Went to a couple of LANs.
I was gonna ask you something on that later a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, went to a couple of LANs, which is where you actually go and compete on, not online. Sorry, in person.
In person against other people. There's multiple stations
set
set up. You've got the sync console, and you kind of go into like a local area network game.
Local area network.
Yeah.
LAN. And we competed, placed really well in the 4v4. McGee placed amazing, top 8 in the FFA in the whole of Europe.
It's crazy, yeah.
Brilliant. And my claim to fame on that is I was the number one, because you could 1v1 deathmatch, like 1st to 15.
Yeah.
I was the number one player in Europe.
It's incredible.
And I used to have a record on Halo 2 forum, and I would have a thread, and it'd be like, right, so-and-so's challenging me this week, and you'd get week after week.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to beat you. And, that amazing.
Great game. Yeah, I mean, obviously I've played Halo Fallen You. I remember when...
Yeah.
So obviously I can go back a little bit, but when I remember on the Halo thing, I remember coming around your house and I was watching you a lot of the time. I was like, I used to like just watching you. We used to get pizzas, the old pizza stop up the road, and all that, and like have our multiple Red Bulls and Cokes. And I'd watch it, and then I eventually got one and got into it. And I said I've enjoyed playing Halo when I have. Obviously not up to the same standard on Halo.
You got into it later, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you were pretty much, as Halo 2 went, and you can start off and talk how we got into COD.
Yeah, well, we went into COD when it was that 2007, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The
6,
first,
7,
yeah, Modern Warfare, which
Classic.
is, yeah, and almost like they do too much with CODs now. Sometimes, like in terms of all the skins, all these equipment stuff. I mean, you go back to basics.
Simple
You had your
gunplay.
gun, simple perks, which are kind of things that help you when you're fighting and stuff and that.
Skill based.
Yeah, it was so great, and I mean, yeah, that was good. I loved competing on that as well, on the old Game Battles site and everything and that. But the maps, everything, it was just iconic. And then obviously, really from that, it's probably been our mainstay played game since 2007. It's the game we've played the most up to now in 2025. Still playing the latest version of Call of Duty now.
Yeah, we are like right now, and actually competitive-ish level.
Yeah,
ranked.
yeah, we love playing ranked. We don't just go online just do normal players. We like to challenge ourselves and play against people in rank and that. And yeah, we enjoy that. I suppose I was going to go back down to memory lane in terms of like my history. So you said about PC, that brought up memories as well. So I remember again, for the younger listeners and viewers, PCs aren't what they are like nowadays. They were massive, and I remember getting it. Ours was called the Olympus. Olympus, like something from Greece. Godly, right?
No.
You load it up. I remember playing on that, like you said, Age of Empires, but for me, a lot of it was Red Alert.
Yeah.
So you're like from Mother Russia, and like Tanya, and always you go and you like allies against
Soviet.
Yeah, it was Soviet, yeah, and stuff like that. And yeah, I used to love playing that.
Tanya, like get a Tanya, it's like, and what were the tanks?
Mammoth tanks. Yes.
You get a couple of those back.
And your allies, you have like little pillboxes, which were annoying to destroy your men.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, no, they cut your men down.
But even like back then, it was so like clever in terms of stuff like if you had one flamethrower guy and you say you sent him in with loads of like rifle people, if the flamethrower guy got killed,
it'd blow up
and blow out. And you're like, even for gaming back then, that was quite
very realistic, but like forward thinking.
Yeah, which was really great.
Because on a lot of games like that, you just shoot him and he would just die. Like it's not realistic.
I used to love the old little corny videos I used to have as well.
They were proper acted videos.
Proper acted videos, campaigns and stuff and that. But yeah, I remember playing that. I remember SNES, like I said, played a lot of Mario.
Oh,
Donkey Kong. Street Fighter, I loved playing.
Street Fighter was brilliant.
It was great. I mean,
Donkey Kong was right up there for me on the SNES.
Yeah.
I think that was my favourite. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, so I
Zelda? No, Zelda was...
Zelda, yeah, Zelda, they did have Zeldas before, because they had Zelda on like Game Boy as well, but yeah, so
Ocarina.
that is massive in like my life. I remember that, so like, I remember me and my brother, that was bought, it was a shared console, again, on the Christmas Day kind of thing, and it was like hard to get the game and the console now. Mum and Dad got it, and they gave it to us, and it was like 64, first ever like 64-bit console.
Yeah.
And we got Zelda, and I remember playing it, and we had GoldenEye.
What's the tune on Zelda? It's the flute.
Yeah, I can't remember. Like, yeah, it's iconic. But it was like even the like the you get like games loaded up, then you have like start and stuff. But on Zelda, there it was like it'd take you through the whole map. So you have like Link on Epona, was the name of his horse.
Yeah.
And you just go through all the map and everything else. You just watch that with the song going, and before you even press start, I get you into it. But I remember going, and there was like simple things. You start off in like a village where Link is, and you got like the Great Deku Tree, and it's like your first kind of like cave kind of place you go, and your first boss is in there.
Yeah.
And I remember we go in there and we get locked into like a room, and these like bars come down, and we're there for about half hour, or maybe even like 45 minutes. And me and Scott are like, we don't know how to get out of this room, and we're like, Dad comes up, well, you get on, boys, and we're like, we can't get out of this room. And he's like, what have you got? And you've got like, I think you have I can't remember if you have the slingshot at that point then, but you have like just a normal stick and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, I noticed there's a like a flame, like a torch there. Yeah. Because then there's one not lit. Because I wonder if you get your stick out, go to the flame, and then take it to the other one. We were like, no, you're talking rubbish.
You're like person experience.
Thinking about it, and then we were like, you go try it, go over there, and lo and behold, gates open up, and we're like, yeah. And then I remember you fight like a giant spider in the first like one and stuff like that. But that was a really good place. And like you said, first FPSs for me was GoldenEye.
Wow.
Iconic for a lot of people.
Iconic for a lot.
You know, the campaign missions are great.
That pulls screen
Oh,
music.
unbelievable. Goes into the watch like that.
Like, and that music, because they made TikToks and stuff of it.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Really
Yeah,
nice. Like, hey, why don't we try and make this music for the pause screen?
it doesn't have to be amazing.
Yeah,
It's just a
like,
game made from a movie, like.
It's amazing.
So that's great. But I got into that. I remember we used to play multiplayer and that, and like
Yeah.
back then, like the N64 controller was awkward because it wasn't like you hold it like a normal one. You had to go in the middle and then use like
It wouldn't have
the
made
triangles, like the yellow triangles to aim.
Yeah.
But you know, play that with like the golden gun.
I
And everything.
remember I would come round and like play it, and it was just, if you never held an N64 controller, you didn't have a chance. I was just like, what is this? So I was used to that.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, oh, it's weird controller. Great game now.
Yeah. So that was
phenomenal.
So that's kind of like where we kind of, I suppose, started. And obviously, we've played multiple games. I remember going to like Blockbusters when younger, going out and renting out videos and stuff. You don't do that anymore now. Like renting out games, sorry, videos and games. I remember doing that.
Yeah.
That kind of brought us up to. Obviously, we played a lot of games like Sonic, Crash Bandicoot.
What about Double Dragon?
Double Dragon. Oh,
Golden Axe.
Golden Axe, yeah.
We used to go every year with our parents, once or twice a year,
Yeah.
to Oakhampton.
Yeah. Yes, Oakhampton, yeah.
Oakhampton, and it was just awesome.
Yeah, it was like a golf hotel, but it had like leisure facilities, not just like a swimming pool, but like
arcade,
badminton, everything like that, tennis, loads of stuff. Yeah.
And we would go for a weekend, or probably a couple of times a year actually.
Yeah.
And then we'd go there, and
nice.
always on the evening it would be mum, dad, your mum and dad, my mum and dad, and Scott would go back and forth.
Yeah.
But he liked to chat with the grown-ups, didn't he? Me and you would be in that arcade. And we'd be like, oh, let's Golden Axe, or Double Dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is what our nickname for each other is, isn't it? Double Dragon.
Yeah, the old clan tag we used to do.
And I remember if we, because obviously if you died, ran out of lives, you'd have like a 30-second counter. And the second one of us died, they'd be like, go and get some coins. We were like, we need more coins now. And our dads would be like, there you go. We're like at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
a day,
yeah.
Wasn't it? Brilliant game.
It was great. So, so that's kind of like a bit of gone back in time and like how we kind of started and that. I suppose I've got a couple of things here. So kind of favourite consoles. This isn't a question, this is just like a talk. So what's your favourite consoles? It could be for any reason. So I was going to say, for me, I think the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance is definitely one of them. We haven't really spoken about it and it's still massive nowadays, but Pokemon.
Oh.
And I think it's probably the second most played game in my life, I think, in terms of hours spent playing it. I think Call of Duty is definitely going to be first.
Yeah.
And then I think for me, because I still play things now and that, it's definitely Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon.
And I remember that when, Red and Blue came out.
I remember I got Red.
I had Blue. I had Blue. Blastoise is my favourite Pokemon and all that.
Charizard's mine.
That was just something completely new.
And seeing him, wasn't it, Professor Oak? Yeah, Professor Oak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going in there, completely new, wasn't it?
You know, you're learning about it. Like, you play, like, Pokemon games. Like, I see it in my kids when they've played the new Pokemon games, and they're like, oh, my God. They're getting that experience again. And that. But obviously, the games back then were a lot harder to, like, level up your Pokemon and train them and do all that kind of stuff. But, I think I've pretty much played most of the Pokemon games other than the new ones, really, I think. But, so I think, so Game Boys is definitely one of my favourite consoles.
Yeah.
Second favourite, I would probably have to say the original, not the Xbox One, because that was like I never had the big Xbox. Yeah, the 360. Because of
phenomenal.
Call of Duty and where it started our kind of like competing career and stuff like that.
Controller as well was beautiful.
It was, yeah. So that's probably like, I would probably say that would be my top two.
Yeah. If I'm being really honest, the SNES.
Okay.
The SNES.
I
played so much on the SNES. And we got it chipped as well. So we could have like other stuff.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brawl Brothers. Brawl Brothers, mate.
That's where you could pick like between 5 or 6 characters, weren't you? You had like 2 big guys.
2 big guys, 2 like athletic guys, and 2 like skillful, smaller.
Yeah, I think,
But it was like Double Dragon, but it was more you could do.
Yeah.
Remember that was amazing.
That was a great game, remember?
That I loved. The original PlayStation and PS2, I was massive PlayStation. I couldn't choose the Xbox. It's Halo 2.
There's a lot, but
Xbox for me.
Yeah, probably longevity, I suppose, a bit more. Like, there's iconic moments from playing those various consoles.
And like
even like a PC, like you said, Red Alert, you said Age of Empires. And stuff
Age of Empires, PC.
What a game.
Like that. Age of Empires 2 specifically, Age of Kings, was the best. There used to be a MSN Zone, which was a gaming zone. It was like Twitch, but a gaming zone, and you
Yeah.
go on the forum and you'd all talk. And that was the best strategy game ever, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like, I played it religiously, because you had clans and teams, and my team at one point was the best in the world. I don't know how I poached some really good players, but for a time in there, I was really, really good at that. And I made a website on moonfruit.com. It used to be, because our clan was IL clan.
Yeah.
And it was IL space, your gamer tag. It used to be Ludicrous Venom.
Yeah.
I remember I made this pretty cool website on Moonfruit, if people can remember that. And when you open the website, the song was Usher, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I was doing it, one of my teammates, he was like, "That's sick, man, that's sick." But Adrian, oh, brilliant. The Franks.
Oh.
Frank Rush, mate. I remember you played, and we played with each other, and you were like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I remember, yeah, because I played the first one,
Yeah.
and then like this is where you understand, like, in any kind of sport, because you know esports is sport, the levels of some people when they've played the games long. I remember I played the first Age of Empires and all that, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at campaign. I'm pretty good at playing against a computer, like skirmishes, where you just set up like a map and you just do like a kind of like 4 of you on there and try and see who can build and win and control. I was playing Avengers 2, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good in that. And played against you, and I think I didn't even get to like my first evolution on my like kind of village and stuff from that. And you were like attacking me with these horses. And I was like, how the hell have you done this? Like, what's going on?
I know.
I've got a couple of farmers just doing their farm, man. Like a scout on a little horse.
Don't you feel helpless in that situation?
Yeah, because you can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing. I remember I went on that gaming zone, and I was like you. I was like, because a lot of the matches, they weren't, because those were called rush matches, weren't they?
Yeah.
Rush. I can't remember what the other one was. It was like eco or something like that. But you couldn't attack for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because those games go on for hours.
Yeah.
One map could go on for the whole night. And like 20 minutes, you can build, and so it's an even fight in the rush. And I could have been even better, but I didn't realise they had already, the best of the best players had their hotkeys.
Okay, yeah.
So they were like,
done, and Simps quicker, like, yeah.
I was using the keyboard and mouse to the best I could, but they all their stuff would be there. So they're just like,
yeah, hotkeys just done, like, build troops, do this, do that, and stuff, yeah.
Oh, it's phenomenal game now. Phenomenal.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
So kind of like standout memories. Don't have to be like, I've got another segment we want to talk about a little bit later, but like kind of standout moments. So, you know, it could be stuff like, for me, I suppose, like when I say like standout, what's kind of like something which had an impact on us. So for me, I suppose like the original Pokemon game, beating the Elite Four.
Oh.
Right, that's because of like when you go into it, and the Pokemon games back then were way harder than they are now. Because I played the new ones, and you like all your Pokemon get experience now from one fight, and they didn't even have to be in the fight now. Whereas back in the day, you was like, right, I'll put them in front, then I'll let them come out, and then I'll switch them to share experience, you know, and all that. Anyway, it was a lot harder back then. I think like you get to that first Elite Four, you think you've got a great squad,
I know,
and then like you're like level 40, maybe level 50 on some of your Pokemon because of the way you played it, and they're like 50 plus. You get to like Lance? Is Lance the last one?
Yeah.
With the dragons?
Yeah, he looks like a Guile, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he has like Dragonites and stuff like that, and they're like level 67.
Destroy you.
So when you actually finally beat that Elite Four, I think for me that was quite a standout moment at that time because I was, you know, I'm like, yes, I've done it. Like,
yeah, no, definitely. For me, the Halo 2 campaign on Legendary.
Oh, fair play, yeah.
Mate, honestly, the flood coming at you, the zombie horde. To beat it on Legendary is up there with beating the Elite Four. Like, people know it's so difficult to do. Just quick shout out games-wise, Lord of the Rings 2 Towers.
Oh,
remember that?
Oh, when you could pick and you could like level up and they had all their... So many good games.
I was about to say Gandalf was a wizard at that game.
No.
Just trying to think. There's loads, obviously.
No.
Oh, no. Something real recent. What was I going to say? Like our first PUBG win.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but that is real tough.
Yeah, so for PUBG, for people who might be listening to the game and don't know what it is, it's kind of 100 people drop into a map and it's last man standing.
But like Hunger Games vibes.
Yeah, and it's Battle Royale, it's semi-realistic because it's like the guns and the vehicles and stuff. It's not like a Fortnite or anything like that.
No.
And it
good.
like you've got like a circle, and the circle gets smaller and smaller, so it does condense you down into areas. So it's not like it's a massive map the whole time.
Yeah.
I know it said last man standing or last team standing. Winner, winner, chicken dinner as it comes up on screen. Yeah, I think some of that was.
Is to achieve that.
And I think actually that's quite almost like not could be a standout moment. Like VR games, it's completely new, and you think it was only like I don't know how many years ago. Like
Not
wasn't
long.
like
Was
I
it?
don't know 6-7 years ago maybe we started playing PUBG.
Yeah, about 7 years ago.
Something like that.
And what was it before? What was the game before PUBG that started it all?
Oh, it was actually the first VR thing was I think it was like there was not mine. Yeah, I think it was a Minecraft thing. There was a Minecraft thing which started something. I think I can't remember.
You know the game I'm on about though? It was just before PUBG. The doc played it a lot.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is though. But the whole idea of it, anyway, it's like formulated in that because
Yeah,
even Fortnite. Fortnite wasn't meant to be a building game. It
No,
was something else, wasn't it?
yeah, but obviously people got really good at building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that. So I suppose last bit, and I was going to go into like a little quiz for you.
Okay.
Kind of why do you think some of those games kind of still hold up today? So like, I suppose, I don't know.
Well, I think Pokemon has got like appeal from multiple ages.
It's multiple
From,
ages.
like, really, really young to like 40-year-olds are still on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not quite 40 yet,
No,
but
older than that.
yeah. And I think it's probably the simplicity of it
Yeah.
is you're catching some creature,
Yeah.
Pokemon, obviously.
Training it
You're
up.
training it up,
Yeah.
and you get a battle with
You
it
get
and
to
stuff
see
like that.
it improve.
Yeah,
which
you
is
wins and
always
badges, and
rewarding.
there's like a sense of achievement as you go along.
Yeah.
They evolve, which makes it new.
Yeah.
Every time it's not. It look some Pokemon do, but a lot of them they evolve something different. You're like, oh my god, it's evolving, and
Yeah.
so all that kind of mixed together is kind of And like I said, newer ages now, like
Yeah.
they can go into new Pokemon games. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and I still think like we didn't play some of the older games now. Like obviously GoldenEye's not. It's not something which plays now. Like Halo 2 is, they had a little anniversary moment,
And we
but
played that for a bit, didn't
yeah, but it's kind of gone back and stuff. Like I still think I think it's probably the reason some of these games stand up is for simplicity of it. It's not trying to do too much
we? Yeah.
for the person playing it.
Yeah. I agree.
So
No, I agree.
the questions then. I need to bring up I got a couple of question lists here for you. I got some easy ones, some kind of medium ones, and then we can have a little bit of discussion stuff. So I'm going to be flicking through a few things. You have to bear with me. So
Yeah.
very simple one. What video game character is known for collecting rings?
Oh, crikey. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, correct.
Oh,
Okay.
put me on the spot. I feel like
This one might be a little bit harder, and is in a multiple choice. What is the best-selling video game of all time? So you got Tetris, Grand Theft Auto 5,
No.
Minecraft, or Super Mario Brothers?
It's Tetris or Super Mario. If it's ever two, I think you're wrong. It's Tetris or Super Mario. I think it's Tetris, but I'm going to go Super Mario.
It's Minecraft.
I just can't see it.
Yeah, it's Minecraft.
I can't see it. Adjudicators.
Okay,
I know it's popular.
this could be a little bit of a guess for you. What game features the phrase "the cake is a lie"? So you got A, Portal, B, Half-Life, C, BioShock, or D, Doom?
Half-Life.
No, it's Portal. Yeah.
I've never played it.
Hopefully you remember this one. What is the main character of GTA San Andreas? Is it Tommy Vercetti, Nico Bellic, Carl C.J. Johnson, or Franklin Clinton?
San Andreas.
Yes.
Oh, see, I've been thrown off now. So San Andreas, that's not... GTA 5 was the three of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not
That
that.
was Tommy.
No, it was Carl C.J. Remember us, C.J.?
Oh, yeah.
C.J. Johnson and that?
Where's I getting Franklin from?
Franklin's
It's the native
GTA
one.
5, yeah. Okay, what was the first commercially successful video game? A, Pong, Space Invaders, Pac-Man, or Tetris?
God, it's Pong.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
Pong. Yeah, well done. These ones are good.
there?
No, it's all right. There's a few in that.
Ah.
What year was the first Super Mario Brothers released? 1983, 1985, 1987, or 1990?
85.
It was, yes,
Yeah.
85, yeah. Do. Okay, this one, interesting. What What is the highest selling console of all time? Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, or Game Boy?
Gotta be the Game Boy. PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2, yeah.
Yeah. What a console that was.
Yeah, well,
Sleek, black and blue.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to go to my second list now, so bear with me.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I never played Portal.
Never did. I never played Portal. You know what it was there? Like, it's the blue circle and the orange circle.
Oh, yeah.
You have the portal gun, and you're like,
yeah,
you have to like try and solve the puzzles by shooting it and then going through the portal,
I've
or
seen that,
sending things through the portal,
Yeah.
and doing things like that. So,
Game.
right, okay, so these ones are a little bit different. Which Halo game is often cited as the most influential first-person shooter of its time, and what year was it released? It's not multiple choice.
Well, see, I would say the most influential is Halo 2.
Okay.
But I think that is going to say Halo 3.
No. Halo Combat Evolved 2001.
Okay, see.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I would have guessed the year.
Ha!
I knew the year.
All right. What are the original 3 starter Pokemon from Gold and Silver?
It's the same, isn't it? I didn't much play Gold and Silver.
Did you not? Remember Lugia and how...
Yeah. No, I can picture the Pokemon. I won't give you the names. One of them, doesn't he look almost like a weasel with flames on his back?
Yes.
Yeah. I can picture him. I won't be able to give you names. I didn't play much of Gold and Silver.
Okay. So I'll refresh it. It's not the one. The question I had here was the original Red and Blue. I've chucked that one in differently.
Okay.
But it was Cyndaquil,
Yes.
Chikorita, and Totodile.
Yeah.
Okay. Which FIFA game introduced the Ultimate Team mode, which has become a staple of the series?
2014?
No. 2009, FIFA 09.
Was it that?
Yeah, it was that far back, yeah.
Jesus, mate, we need to play some FIFA. Remember me and Tim, what we do, we get online and we choose half a star team against each other, 1 star.
If you've not done that before, that was great. You got half a star. Choose the 1 star, 1 half star, 2 and a half.
Like
couple hours and we'll play it, and the battles.
Oh, the battles. Especially if a half a star, 1.5 star.
Those players are right.
It's like a 60. You're like, oh, he's amazing.
Try and score from outside that, yeah. All right, I'll redeem you a little bit more now. You come back into this now. What is the name of the alien race that Master Chief fights in the Halo games?
Oh, well, no, hold on. The Covenant.
Yes.
Because there is the Flood as well.
What is the name of the professor who gives the player their first Pokemon in the original games? Professor Oak. So, and he's on a roll now.
Yeah.
All right, let me go. Right. So now that was a few little questions. These are kind of discussion questions now. Okay.
Opinions.
Yeah, like opinions of it and stuff and that. So, okay, which game, regardless of genre, do you believe has the most impactful and memorable soundtrack, and how does it enhance the gameplay?
Well, Halo is right up there. Because you've got there's multiple, but everyone knows if you start going,
yeah, it's great, yeah.
And it's like Monk's doing that, which he goes through the whole game, and you just feel like, oh, it brings you up. But that leads into, after play it leads into the.
Yeah, it does.
It's in
great.
The cutscenes, it's in the videos, which the cutscenes in Halo itself really started the genre of cutscenes being made into actual films on YouTube.
Yeah,
they were that good.
Yeah, so good.
And like God of War followed that amazingly. But Halo, and Halo 2, you could watch a film from the cutscenes. That is right up there for me.
Okay. I've just literally thought of it just then.
Yeah.
And I've not really played them, but I've heard a lot of good things and what people say, and like people replicate the music, like playing on keyboards and stuff like that. Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, yeah.
I think their soundtracks and stuff and that, and impactful. A lot of people like the Final Fantasy games.
I know people in my school were obsessed with Final Fantasy
Yeah,
games.
so I probably
Never really got into them myself.
no. I've played games like it. Like
Yeah.
I do like the idea of it,
Yeah.
but not.
In Final Fantasy's got that amazing sword where it's like really long. It goes up like that, and then it's like on the edge like that.
Yeah,
I think that's the game that's got an amazing like legendary sword. You know, like the Covenant that they got the
yeah.
sword, iconic. Like,
What have you seen? There's a guy. He's on like he's on like YouTube and stuff. I think and that
yeah,
he fought. I don't know what it's called. It's like there's a TV series called Forge, and they go and make like replica weapons from like
yeah,
the past and stuff like that. There's a guy, and he does the similar things like a new blacksmith now,
yeah.
and he'll get people like, oh, make this from this game or make this, and he'll make a real life version of
I've
it.
seen someone do that.
No, they look, yeah. So
Brilliant.
I'm sure they're pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine you could create a crossover game between two completely different franchises. What would they be, and what would the gameplay be like?
Completely crossover or just two games? Because
Well, like two games, yeah. Just like what two games would you want to put together and make
I
a new
would
one?
love a Halo battle royale.
Oh, okay.
Halo like a PUBG or like a equivalent of a battle royale game. I know it's not another game, but that type of style.
Yeah.
Is that a Halo battle royale with the right? Like if they did it like Halo 2, that would be an international bestseller,
Yeah.
easy. Or I've even said like a Halo like Age of Empires. You got to be different. Like
Well, I suppose you've got not StarCraft, is it? No. There's something similar, which is like a spacey thing.
yeah, with the aliens and that as well.
They did do a Red Alert one. Tiberian Sun was
Yeah,
similar like that.
yeah,
It was a bit like more advanced, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
really good.
Um,
Yeah,
I haven't really thought about that. What I would mix together.
Pokemon first-person shooter.
Well, Pokemon BR.
Yeah.
You could imagine you went in and you had your six Pokemon,
Yeah,
and it's just like like they have got open world now, massive open worlds,
Yeah,
and it's just like
but they're out at the same time.
Yeah.
and the 6 Pokemon are there at the same time with you, and you just got that would be pretty.
yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
If you could live in the world of any video game, which one would it be, and what role would you play? Tough one, isn't it? There's a lot of video game choices you could be. I'd probably go Super Mario, because I think like they've made movies and stuff and all that, and they're like replicate. I think if that was like a real life thing going down Super Mario, I'd be like Super Mario, and I would be the king of Yoshis.
Oh,
I would own all the Yoshis. That'd be my role. Selling them off to people to ride on, the different coloured ones and all that.
I would probably be. I know it's a lot of Halo. Master Chief in San Andreas setting GTA. To be a Master Chief in that with other people, like, oh, coming to get me, are you? Just step out of
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. What's a game that fundamentally changed your perspective on what video games can achieve as a storytelling medium? So the one which instantly comes to my head would be Zelda.
Oh yeah.
I think the Ocarina of Time and the storytelling of that and going through and everything and that was just like amazing at the time.
Yeah.
For me, in terms of what a game can achieve and like
Yeah.
walk you through it, the emotions, the music, because like in Zelda you get older,
Yeah.
you're like and all that and stuff. That whole thing kind of changed it for me. Like, oh my god, a game can do this. It was like so new and advanced at the time. I think that was that'd probably be my one.
I would say Pokemon's up there
Okay.
with what games can do, and it is a story as well because you've got your little companions.
Yep.
But you do have your main Pokemon, don't you? Who you train up the most.
Yeah.
And just like go in there, you win battle. It's like, yes, come on, and that. But yeah, I'd say Pokemon's up there.
What is your favorite video game glitch and why?
Glitch.
Yeah. So, the only one that comes to my head straight away then was, can you remember the old Pokemon one on Cinnabar Island?
Yeah.
And you used to go up and down like the side of the island, like the water, and then like you'd fight that weird like pixeled thing.
Was it Mew or Mewtwo? Is that what you're on?
No, there was always a thing about Mew. You could go down to where like the SS Anne was, and you could go past a little truck and get Mew there, but it was never like confirmed. But no, it was like a glitch kind of thing, like down Cinnabar Island. You can go up and down the coast, and if you had like rare candies set over, you beat it, and then basically you get like 99 rare candies or something. I think it was. It was like a weird thing like that. And I can't remember what it was. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I remember.
Or would you say that's a glitch and like a cheat, like the old school cheat used to be?
Yeah.
Cheats help the game.
Well, I remember like cheats on Age of Empires, remember?
Oh my god.
You just type the cheats on like Age of Empires.
Right? If you had cheats on and like, you put Marco Polo and you can see the whole map. And then it was like something machine gun.
Yeah.
And you get the cars with machine guns. You get like 20 of them just going. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and I suppose last one for this, and what is a game you think everyone should experience at least once?
Halo 2.
Halo 2,
Yeah.
okay. I'd say original Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare. I literally just thought of another one on that question. Said, what game would I want to go in character? And I haven't even spoke about these. Like, you're not a massive fan of them, but Skyrim.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim.
I can understand.
I would love to be like a character in Skyrim, and I'd be a simple blacksmith in the village.
Yeah, I can understand the love of Skyrim.
Oh, amazing. And it still holds up now. Like, people still play it now with mods and other things and stuff like that. But, I haven't talked about Elder Scrolls games are amazing. So, Elder Scrolls fans out there, I've just given you a nice little shout out there on news. So that was that, really. So, we've kind of gone past halfway a little bit, but let's review the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Right then, dog.
What would you rate the Lucky Beer?
Well, the Lucky Beer was great. Should we, do you want to do the honours again? So, we'll repeat it again. We had the Quilmes. Shaun gave it 8.3. I gave it an 8. Then we had the Stigo. Both gave that a 7.5. Then we had the Moosehead from Canada. Yep. Shaun gave it a 7.9. I gave it a 7.83, much more accurate. Then we had the Regal, and we both loved that. Tin gave it 8.7. I gave it an 8.8. Then we had the Iyengar. You really liked that, didn't you? Gave it 8.5. I gave it a 7.9. And then
last week,
the Mon Shop.
The Mon Shop is currently
it's the leader. Well, both a 9 and a 9.16.
Yeah.
This Lucky Beer, very nice beer. And all these beers we've had, I could have on a session.
Yes, 100%.
I could have on a session. I would give this a 7.7.
Okay.
Not the worst we've had, but it was better than the Stiegel.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't think it touches the others.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's nowhere near the other one. So I'm gonna throw one back to you. I'm gonna go 7.71.
Oh yeah, Renegade. Renegade.
So,
nice, really nice.
Yeah, really lovely beer.
Could have that on a session.
Definitely, and what an awesome bottle.
Yeah, amazing bottle.
That is such a cool.
Facts for it?
I haven't got the facts ready actually. So
that's all right. But where did we get this beer from? As we've got them all from?
Beers of Europe again.
Beers of Europe.
It's up, and I've got a lot more good beers for the next few weeks for you.
I can't wait. We're getting ever closer to that sponsorship. But now I've got something for you.
Oh, go on. You got something for me? I bring you stuff.
I have a homemade cupcake.
Oh, nice.
By my sister-in-law, Beth Newman.
Oh, Beth. Okay.
Thanks, Bethy.
Thank you, Beth.
These look.
So what are they?
Amazing. It's carrot
cake.
I think it's carrot cake or cinnamon or.
Oh, if it's carrot cake, that's right, right there.
She makes cakes for her whole family, really, and she is amazing at it.
Are we going to do the cupcake thing when you make it into the sandwich? Have you seen that?
No.
So you take it.
I see.
You take the bottom off.
Oh, right.
Oh, I've mashed that right up.
No, I don't.
And like that, and then you're meant to do it like that.
Oh, right, okay.
It was like, so you don't get all the mess of the frosting and stuff from that.
That's all right. I'm going to go for the mess. Cheers, dog.
I butchered it,
Thanks,
Beth,
Bethy.
but I will enjoy it. I'm sure. Never the same.
Mm. Wow. Oh.
Sorry, you're going to hear us munching now, but that was a really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a great cupcake.
Mm-hmm. Bit of ASMR vibes now. Oh, that is delicious.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're going to rate this.
Yeah,
rate a bit,
yeah. Beth, we're gonna rate this. Yeah, Beth makes all the cakes and bits and bobs for the family when it's birthdays and whatnot.
Well,
And we mentioned it on like one episode about getting one, didn't we?
oh yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah. So she's very kindly made us.
Made That's lush.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna rate that out of 10. I got no beer to swig it down with now, but
Yeah. Oh.
I'll give it. I feel like we're gonna. This might like next time I see her. 9.5.
Yeah, I'd go 9.8. Right up there.
Yeah.
That was nice. It was moist.
Oh, so fresh. Yeah,
yeah.
great. Nice bit of
Thank you,
frosting.
Bethy. Really appreciate it.
We'll have more next time.
Yeah, 2 weeks next time. Yeah, so that was a little bit for you, dog.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So, my kind of like the next segment, we're sticking on the gaming thing, but
Yeah.
this is the best and worst gaming moments.
Okay.
So, we'll go with funniest gaming fails. So, it could be accidentally deleting a save file, rage quitting from a boss.
Well, our own personal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because especially with a PlayStation, you had memory cards.
Yeah,
I know. I had like a chipped memory card, so you get 32 megabyte, wouldn't it? Mine was like 128, so I had so much saved files, and I was moving it once from my bedroom into the playroom downstairs at Mum and Dad's house, and as I went in, it was like I can't remember why, but I like moved from where the porch is into the game room.
Yeah.
And the way I was holding PlayStation 2, the memory card went into the wall and it just snapped.
Oh.
It snapped. And I was like, no! And it snapped clean. And I thought, oh, it's still in there. It might do something, but obviously it's fucked.
I think
That was brutal.
that's hard. And I think mine is similar in terms of like saving. And I feel like you get a lot of benefit now in newer games where it automatically saves for you.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
go along, different
Cloud.
moments of saves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, it would be the Game Boy.
Yeah.
It'd be a Pokemon.
Yeah.
They're run by batteries.
Yeah.
They're not plug in and charge up, or they sit on the stand and stuff.
I know.
And it was like, originally it was before you had rechargeable batteries. So I remember rechargeable batteries, putting in them like, quick, get level 4 batteries in,
I know.
charge them up. But it was that, you get the little red light come up on your Game Boy, you think, I'll be right.
Yeah.
You'd be right.
Yeah.
And then the screen just goes, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
If you hadn't saved it, you haven't done your regular save. And I remember that, and I must have been like, I've done at least 2 gyms or something, trained my Pokemon, and then it was just like,
Oh.
and you literally back to where you were. You're just like, and it's like hours of gameplay. So and I did that countless times.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a one-off, but I think
Same.
that
Same.
and having the appreciation of like
Yeah.
what you get now, regularly saving and stuff, automatically saving for you.
I remember one on Age of Empires, Age of Kings. We were in. It was like a 4v4 tournament, but it was one of the long matches.
Yeah.
And it would have been like 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And like we're just starting to get the upper hand. We were beating one side, he resigned, and the other 3 were fighting back, but you had the numbers, and then I lagged out. I lagged out of the game. I was like, no!
Oh.
It just froze like that.
Yeah.
And you're like clicking, you're like, no! Come back, and they won. They come back because the units just stood there.
Yeah.
And they're not as big as like a memory card, but that sticks out.
Okay. Yeah, that was it.
I think you've got a lot of chokes on COD and stuff, haven't you? So.
Nah, there's only one of the 5 of us who's had the most chokes and stuff and that.
Oh, name names.
This mouth will stay shut. Most clutch gaming moment. So it could be like a last minute win, speed running a level, or something like that.
It would never be a speedrunning level because I think what we've done competitively outshines
Yes.
a lot.
I think, yeah, for me, I've got one other one, which, again, I've already talked about, but be like Call of Duty, when we were playing it on Black Ops 2, so 2012, competitively, we had, like I said, the 4 of us, we had, like Shawnee came through and stuff and all that.
Me, Shawnee, Soul, and Carp.
Carp, and the legendary Night Cruiser.
What he was.
Yeah, so I think that, and when you're playing in like competitive against other online people, I don't think there's anything more clutch than that. And especially like a round 11, search and destroy. So I've gone Call of Duty. You have a last man, a 1v2.
Yeah.
I can't remember specifically some of them, but I remember doing some of them, and literally the adrenaline, you're like, come on, and everyone's like pumping out, like you've clutched it. I think that's got to be there. My other clutch thing was, and it's probably not a clutch moment, but an achievement, I suppose, because I said like speed round level.
Yeah.
My first ever time, I had 6 Pokemon to level 100.
Okay.
On the original games, because it's so like it sounds easy, but when you get past that certain cap of like 70, to even go up one level,
I know, it's just
especially when you complete the game, there's not a lot you can do.
No.
You're just constantly going back through stuff. To then get them another 30 levels to level 100. Now I had like a level 100 Pikachu, I had a level 100 like Nidoking, all that. I think that was an achievement. I'm like, I'm glad I actually done that like once.
There's a few I could say. When I won like an online 1v1 tournament in Europe, and the guy who was arguably the best overall player in Europe on Halo 2, LA1, was there, and not a lot of people knew me at the time, just Orca. That's why I got the tattoo, see? Or that's my gamer tag. He was heavily favoured to win, and we played this first map, and he actually beat me on Lockout, which I never lost at. But it was like his host, and it was like 15-13, and he was like, "Oh, you're quite good, aren't you?" And I was still frustrated I lost, because that was my map. And he played midship, and he was like, and I remember he said, he was just like, "You fought well, but I'm untouchable on this map." And I beat him like 12-9 the time ran out. It was like 30-minute matches. And he was like, "I just couldn't predict where you were going, taking routes." And we fought on Warlock, and I beat him by 1 kill. I won it. And everyone after, they were just like, I got considered one of the smartest players in Europe. And they were like, "He's amazing, this guy." And then I got brought into the scene of all the best players. And that was right up there for me. I'm obviously going to LAN, placing well. Ghosts, the game battles, the 4v4. How could you forget?
Against Zod, Scarab,
Carp. It was against
Carp. Sorry, Carp. You got slapped that game.
And but we were semi-professional. We were
high up on.
We were I'd probably say one of the top 25 teams in Europe. Like the pros, there was about 6 or 7 teams. And then we were around there. We were certainly around there. Anyway, we did so much game battles, so much stuff, didn't we? And me and Shawnee, who went pro, we actually had a duos team that went like 23-0. We were like top 5 in like Europe. Really good. But anyway, there was like about 12 of us, weren't there?
You had a good little group. We were like doing stuff,
good level. And we went on game battles each, and we matched up against each other. And we were, you could tell, all 8 players were like, "We can't lose."
It's got to be
me, you, Shawnee, and Soul. And we lost the first map.
Yes, we did. We lost the first one.
And that was like domination. It was domination, S&D, Blitz. And then the S&D, I remember it was like touch and go, and then we won it by like 6-4. And we were like, "Yes, come on," because we were in the same house.
We were. We were doing like a little.
"Oh, what are you doing?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Doing like a land,
And then it was the Blitz where we smashed them, didn't we, on Freight? Like because I did all right the first map, didn't do too bad in the SD. I was like, right, I got to step up, because I was very, very good at that. And I just remember going off. We beat them by like 11, 12 caps, and after we were like, "Fuck you!"
It was so good. And then you play with them then the next day. I suppose the other one is probably like never losing a 1v1 against you is another clutch. Maybe of mine.
When did you beat me?
We can always do that next time.
Yeah, do it. You've got a chance in this game. First game where I actually.
Saddest moment in gaming.
What always guts me is everyone from Halo 2 went to Halo 3. And they fucking butchered it. Anyone who says Halo 3 is the best Halo never played Halo 2. Or you were shit at it. No, honestly, because Halo 2 was the peak of Halo. And then basically there was a bloom. So when you shot, your bullets went where they went. With the bloom, there was a delay in that, and it just wasn't ever as good. And the hit reg was diabolical. It was nowhere near as good movement. And we were all gutted. And that's why so many of us went and we played it, and it was all right. But because you've been used to Halo 2 for like a couple of years, a lot of us went to COD then. I was gutted at that. Like, all of us. You asked McGee, gutted. I'd probably say that. Yeah.
trying to think what I've got, what I can think of. I suppose not. Yeah, probably. I like my campaigns and stuff and that,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure. Was it Modern Warfare 2? I could be wrong. Where Shepard turns on you and he shoots you
Oh yeah.
in the campaign and stuff. You're like, oh, he's like, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Someone have to correct me on the game. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember that moment and Shepard turns around and kills you. And I was like, what? Like I'm dying, like the main character dying and anything and stuff like that. So that was like, yeah, that was probably something. Yeah, I ain't got really many like sad moments on there and stuff.
Yeah.
Scariest game I ever played, and I can definitely jump straight away in on this.
You're going to say Resident Evil?
I am going to say Resident Evil, yeah.
Yeah.
That first game,
Yeah.
and it was more the fact of the camera angling.
Yeah.
So like it was hard to turn the angle. It's not like now where you can move and look and like you can look around the corner as you go in.
No,
It was like you go through the door and you went and you had like turn and it turned and there's like a zombie
Shit yourself.
or like a fucking hunter there or something like that, and they're like, you're like, oh shit, or when it smashes through the window, the long tongue.
Yeah.
Any of that back then, because we're so young, I was just like, fuck them, like,
Yeah, that's the scariest game. But the game where I've had the most jump scares is zombies.
yeah. The zombies on,
Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, all of it. That, I mean, we've got achievement actually. Didn't we get like did we do a level 100 ever?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
That's an achievement, mate.
Yeah,
that's
to get
like,
that for.
What we do, we play like about 3 hours when we were younger, 3-4 hours of competitive.
Yeah, and then we jump.
And then we jump on zombies.
Oh, we do quick zombies a minute.
Like half 10, 11. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit! I gotta go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Resident Evil there. Resident Evil.
I kind of think that's all I've got really on this at the moment. Unfortunately, yeah, I had a couple of things, but we picked that up as we went through like top 3 games, like most replay games, kind of stuff. We talked about that, so there's no really point going through that. So really, I suppose like recap any kind of key moments in this episode. So let's say what we've gone through, kind of given us a bit of our kind of history of gaming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games we haven't played, and I've definitely got an appreciation for it, and there's so many can't even name them.
Yeah, me too.
So if people want to send them in, like, you guys need to play this game, or why don't you talk about this game?
Go.
Let me know,
Yeah.
or let us know. But we've given you a history of what we got into gaming. It's a big part of our lives.
Friendships and
and good moments we've had, and some of you might be able to reminisce with some of those moments we said on the certain games and everything.
What about in Black Ops 3 when we were playing the beta and it was 2v5?
Oh, me and you 2v5, yeah.
5 people in Black Ops 3.
And that was Demolition. We had the 2 bomb sites.
Yeah. Demolition. And we beat 2v5 and they weren't shit.
No, they were good, yeah.
We were really good then. And we both had like 98 and like 96 kills, didn't we?
That was a clutch moment. That was, good well done, bring out one that. Other than that, I suppose that's kind of it, really. I suppose if you want to try a lucky beer, if you've not, or you have already, get yourself one, because it's a pretty decent beer.
Really nice beer. Like I said, so far everything we have had, I could drink a session.
Session beer, yeah.
Have a session beer, yeah. But yeah, if that wraps it up, then brilliant subjects, Doc.
That's fine. I wanted to bring out one, yeah.
As always, please like, subscribe, comment, follow, all that good stuff. We really appreciate all the support.
Yeah, we put a lot of Instagram stories up and other bits and that. We like post, react to them if you can, send us things in. Yeah,
react to more stuff. And we're still expanding and branching, and soon we're probably going to be doing some more bits that we got in the pipeline, haven't we?
Yeah, 100%. So stay tuned for the next episode, and we'll see you later.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.